I guess people are used to seeing me crying. My brother-in-law just pulled up, or you just can't tell that I've been crying, maybe because I'm all the time crying. I'm not all the time crying. And when I'm happy, I'm like really happy. I'm a good vibe. Now I'm starting to think like, what if I'm making all this up in my mind? What if I'm some kind of schizophrenic or something? And I know that that's not true. Like, I know that that's not true because I'm not the only one going through all this crap. I say that, and I get a notification that there's this group that I'm in Facebook, this twin flame group. See, maybe I need to just get away from this whole twin flame idea and just get my freaking pay more attention to my own life. I don't know, are these videos that I'm doing because they give me relief, right? Because it's my therapy. They give me relief, so if these videos I'm doing are giving me relief, then maybe I'm taking them as an out to not have to deal with whatever it is that I'm going through. So I have so many different sides of me, because another side of me says that this is really important. You know, getting all of this, the videoed, is really important, not only for me to be able to have track of me, and for me to be able to have some kind of therapeutic outlet, because I mean, what therapist could you go to with all of this that would even understand what I'm going through, except for a therapist that went through it herself? But I don't know, that's maybe there's not a lot. Besides, I'm pretty good at working this stuff out myself and getting myself figured out. You get at these levels where, and then I started thinking, well, what if all of this is just made up in my head, and you know, that I guess if he's joking around with me about other women, yeah, not joking around with me, but sharing with me, then I feel like if he feels like he can do that, then I feel like my place with him is more secure than if he wasn't talking to me about things that he is interested in. And I feel like, at least, you know, on the one side, I feel like he's doing it on purpose to toughen me up, and that it's not real. It just can't be real. It can't be that I feel like this about him and that he doesn't feel it. It feels like surreal to me. Like, how could it be? It just doesn't, it feels like there's no way. I see him all the way into the deepest parts of him. And then on the other hand, and he sees me. And that, I think, might be like one of the more painful things, because he sees me. Like nobody else. Okay, well, Okay, I'm just gonna try to stop crying. Maybe go get some coffee. I feel like the crying is getting the weakness out. After I cry, always I just kind of overcome whatever it was, and I just become numb to it again. I don't know. I don't know how I can become numb to this. I guess there's things that you just have to accept. Otherwise, you're just stuck. So it's just kind of like a let go and just accept it as what it is. And take any expectation out of it. Except for like what I was saying this morning, it's like a paradox, because there's also, you have to have some kind of expectation in order to bring something into being. You have to have a knowing that it is in order to bring it into the being. And then I have with this twin flame journey, well then, don't I need to come into the knowing and have faith in it no matter what in order to bring it into the being? But then I also have the side that says that I have to completely let go and allow it to flow. So it's like paradoxical, just like everything else. It comes into like this paradox. I'm so tired of this freaking effing it's also itself in something else. Like, I'm so sick of it. I'm so tired of it. I want it to be done with, and at the same time I know it can't be done before it's done, because I'm still rising. If it was done, then I wouldn't be sitting here crying, would I? I'm still rising. I'm still overcoming my weaknesses and all of my fears, and like, this is like, I feel like I'm getting to the biggest demons, because if I can overcome this, I can overcome anything. Feels like I'm coming into all of my demons all at once. Also with this workshop, like, I have to generate a new income, and I have to do it quick. And everything is like double-sided. It's like a double-sided sword. And it feels like, okay, so my making a living is coming to a head. This whole twin flame journey thing is coming to a head. There's so many different things coming to be all at once. They're just all at once coming to be. All of my biggest fears, all of my pressures, all of my biggest challenges, letting go and allowing. Oof, 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 oof. I'm so tired of this. And I don't see where it's coming from. I know it's a matter of holding faith. I just don't see where it's all coming from. I wish that I only had one worry instead of so many freaking worries. If I only had the challenge of, if I had my making a living taken care of, then I would have just the challenges of my children and the twin flame journey thingy. Then wouldn't that just be hunky-dory? Or if I had the twin flame thing worked out, or not even in existence, and I could just pay attention only to my work. It seems like it all is coming together. This one big, massive, mumbo-jumbo ball of I'm tired of it. Tired of it. Just tired. Tired of running. And then I don't know how not to run. I keep running. And when I run, things don't get away, they don't get done, so then it becomes even worse. And so then I run even harder. So tired of it. Okay. Up here crabbing, it can't be good for anything. At least I'm like, nobody's up here. Okay. I'm gonna pull myself together. Oh, I tied this up because it's 2 layers and it got really hot here, so. Okay, so I'm stopping this. Okay, so I'm working. Luckily, I decided to work up here on my own today. It seems like anytime I feel like I'm starting to be able to handle this whole twin flame journey thing, I get like new whammies. Like this morning, I already woke up in this state. If you watched my other videos I made this morning, you'll see. And what happened yesterday at the beach. Well, I'll tell you what happened yesterday at the beach. I was at the beach and 2 beautiful young women, absolutely, and also personality, like have a lot going for them, and common interests, you know, and spiritual and beautiful. And each of them independently told me that they are interested in meeting my twin or my other whatever, which I'm already like starting to kind of lose faith. There's so many tests. And so yesterday, so I told them how to get a hold of him. And for me, it's kind of like a overcoming something, you know. I could see how he would be attracted to each of those women. And it's not my place to hold anything back, especially if I love him in a way that I want him to have all of the options open for him, whatever he decides is good for him. And so I was already in a state this morning when I woke up this morning. And I was already feeling like I'm overcoming it, kind of, really, that I really just need to let go. And I always feel like whenever I get into a place where I'm already at my wit's end, like, where do I go from here? Like a breaking point. I'm just kind of losing it. Then he comes in and gives me like, I don't even know. Like every time I start saying, okay, just F it, then he comes back in right at the point where I'm just like at my wit's end. It's like a trust that he will be there or something. And so this morning he started writing back and forth with me. It was funny. It was funny. And then a couple minutes ago he writes to me that yesterday he had a somebody that was, anyway, I don't want to say like that he has, he has followers. And he was writing to me about somebody that he met yesterday. And it's, at first it was just like, for the first couple minutes, it's just kind of numb, because it's kind of the same thing that I went through yesterday, and I feel like it's tests, like that I really, really, really have to honestly let go, not just pretend like I'm letting go. I have to go through this actual letting go. And I feel like at one point, he knows that he sends me something like that it hurts. He knows, because he knows me. I know he knows. And so on the one hand, I'm thinking, like, why are you sending me something that you know is intentionally is going to hurt me? And then I have answers for that, because I can't, it's not that he is wrong. If I want to be his friend and want to be in the place of being able to be his friend, then I need to be able to be his friend. And part of being his friend is that if he's going through something and he wants to share it with me, then if I'm a true friend, then he should be able to share whatever he wants with me, and it doesn't hit me in a place where I have my own interest above his interest, but not even above his interest. Like, what kind of friendship is it if he can't share something with things that he's going through with me? Then what kind of a friendship is that for him? It's not, it's not real. It's a friendship of me being his friend hoping for something else. So in his place, if he's going to treat me like a friend, like he's expressed that I am over and over and over, then an honest friend, otherwise what kind of friend am I? And so I'm kind of in two places at once on this. Like, I have this side of me, I know that I want him in my life. The value that I get from him is, having him in my life. He's my best friend. And so I guess these are the lessons that I have to be going through. I think that any other, I don't know, the bond is so strong. Oh, and so then I wrote to him back after he wrote me something. I wrote to him back about those women at the beach that wanted to meet him, and that I told them how he could get a hold of them, how they could get a hold of him if they wanted to. Give him heads up. And I always put in the equation, like, trying to get myself out of the equation, into friendship. I think I'm just going to go and be for a little bit. I'm painting. Oh, let me show you what I'm doing. So, I'm painting this squirrel. I painted those elephants, fish. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing 3 of these. They're targets for they have like a game here that they do. So I'm painting targets. Okay, so more questioning that I'm having within myself. I just want to put out there. It's like I'm having these questions if does he really even care about me? Like, honestly. Okay, so I do feel like he's guiding me. Okay, he's guiding me. He's a spiritual guide. But at the end of the day, does he really care? I have all these people that care about me, that are so worried about me because of everything that I'm going through. They see me as kind of depressed and crying all the time. And I have all these stories in my mind about the twin flame journey and all of that. But in my hand, in my physical hand, like, I feel like I'm being tested, like my faith is being tested, and I don't know. And I know I need to believe in myself, but I keep, like, I have these places where I fall and I think, well, am I just being a fool? Am I just being a fool? Freaking journey. You know, if I'm already down in a hole, why not just allow myself to be down in the hole for a little while? I know sometimes I get down in the hole and I get so sick of being down in the hole that I pull myself out just because I can't stand myself. You know, for me, I'm simply not interested in anybody else. I'm simply not interested. And I'm thinking to myself, like, if I could just get him out of my mind somehow, would I be able to find interest in anybody else? I just don't know that anybody else would interest me. It's like finding I guess if it's not two-way, then it's not. It's just not. That's all it is. It's just not. Oof. Oof. And I know that this whole journey is about not chasing the other body. You know, not chasing the other body. You know, it's me. But then when I just don't know where to go with me. Oh, this is so miserable. I'm stopping this. I feel like I'm going through all of these things on the journey. I'm going through so quickly. It's like I know that I'm not over it yet because I still feel the pain. I feel pain. But I know that I don't want to feel the pain anymore. And sitting here and going through this pain, being kind of forced to go through this pain, because I realize that there's nothing for me to hold on to. I mean, what is there for me to hold on to? What choice do I really have in the matter? I don't. I don't have a choice, and I don't even want to try to hold somebody else in place for me. That's beating out of them what I love in the first place, right? I mean, trying to change somebody or trying to force somebody in a certain way is putting them in a box. It's trying to make them be something that they're not for me. And then what's the worth in that? It's not even real. See, I can make sense of it and I can go through it, but still, what's the use in trying to fake it? Like, I still am hurting. And there's no use in trying to fake it, because what is faking it? Faking it is actually not getting the lesson. I can't be where I'm not. I can decide that I'm going through this pain all the way. I'm just going to feel what it brings, and I'm going to get over it. And only that way can I truly quit feeling the pain of it. This whole thing is so ridiculous. There's a part of me that feels like this whole story, this whole twin flame story, is a story that needs to be told. It's so mystical, and it's real. It's real. I say it's real. 10 minutes ago I said, what if it's fake? And then I have this other side. Yeah, I have that other side that's like, what if this is all made up in your mind? What if you, like, and I start thinking, am I putting all, if this is all made up in my mind, does he really even care for me? Is it all just a big, show? Is it all just a big fake? Because what am I building on? What am I basing this all on? When I look in the 3D, it's all been the same story in the 3D. It's always been the same story in the 3D. And there's been nothing in the 3D that should make me believe anything different. It's just that when he speaks to me like on all these different levels, and he's saying different things on the different levels. And it's almost like I can't even listen to him only in the 3D, because everything that he says comes at me on all these different levels and fills the puzzle in all these different stories that I have going on in these different timelines. So it's like he's speaking from way up at the top of the pyramid, and it's coming all the way down on all the different levels and telling all the different stories on all the different levels. Okay, stopping this. So a real quick thought that I'm having now is on this twin flame thing. If at some point, or at this point, or at some point, I should just I cut off contact, not because I don't care for him. I do. I do, and that's a given. And he adds value to my life and all of that. But it feels like I can't focus on my life. I keep getting thrown into these ditches. I know, it's for my higher good and whatever, blah, 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 for my higher good. I don't know, I'm just putting out there all of my thoughts. And sometimes I have these thoughts like, maybe I should just call it quits. Like, is that what I really want? No. But I just feel like I'm being ripped apart. I'm so sick of feeling like I'm ripped apart. Ya Allah. What if I have some kind of music that just lifts me? I can just put myself into music and just forget it. Forget about everything. Okay. I'm going to get coffee.
So one thing that's right, I decided I'm just going to do a compilation of all these videos from today. So even if I have something short to say, I'll just say it and then add it all into one. So what's really good about working on the Jordan River is that I can just go down and jump in the water when it gets hot. And then it'll also, hopefully it'll change my fascia a little bit because I've been kind of looping this morning. Loopy pants. And look, well, there's somebody down there, but it looks like she's a woman. So I'm going down there. I'm going to get in that water. Maybe I'll go over and find like this spot. I just don't want to take a lot of time. I figure I can take about 10 minutes. It's just is the equivalent of taking a break. So I'm going to go right down there and jump in the Jordan River. So I am blessed. I am blessed. So here we go.
Oh, it's off a little bit. So, on this twin flame journey, I need to find a way where it can be kind of in between. On this twin flame journey, I feel like I'm at a place where I'm finally letting go. I realize, I still have the pain, but you can't hold anybody in place. And if somebody wants to go, they're gonna go. Just like if I want to go, I'm gonna go. I caught it midair. I was erasing. I'm drawing a lion now. So there's no holding anybody in place. Somebody who's looking is looking. Somebody who's going is going. And I also don't want to hold anybody in place. It's like trying to. It's like dimming the light that you love. You can't hold anybody in place. So I'm kind of letting go on that. With all of these lessons, it's something else, this journey. has two sides. It has the side, am I going crazy? I need to just let go. I feel like I'm letting go because I realize that there's nothing to hold on to. Anyway, there never was. You can't hold on to somebody else's experience without altering it. I mean, anyway, you come into somebody's life and you alter their experience. But, I mean, allowing somebody to live to their full potential, allowing is part of love. I guess love, you can't take it and put it in a box. The minute you take it and try to say what it is, you turn it into something way smaller than it is. Because love is the language of the universe. But part of love, of true love, is knowing how to let it go. You're just allowing it to be without trying to control it or Okay, I'm gonna try to find a good lecture on YouTube to watch. I'll get my mind off of, get my mind focused onto something positive. Maybe I'll find like a good Abraham Hicks, something or other to watch. Those are always good to watch when I'm in. I always think to myself, why didn't you start that? Why? A lot of times I'll listen to something and it'll take me right out of the loops. And I say, why didn't you listen to that before? But you have to go through the loops, because when you're in mid-loops, you don't feel like getting out of the loops. You're in them. The lion's okay. Not my favorite. The other one is better. Thinking, should I take the time? I have to take the time. It's not good enough. That's just what it is. It's just not good enough. Okay. I guess scratch that, redo. Okay. So I feel like even getting these lessons, regardless of him or not him, it shows me that in a relationship, what I want. I know, I'm trying while I'm talking, but what I do want is I want a relationship that is so strong that it withholds all of these kinds of things. Let's say, a younger, beautiful woman wanting to talk and converse with my partner. If I want a really good partner, it's somebody that other people are going to want to converse with because they are an interesting, person to talk to. So these are things that I will want to have overcome in any case. So these are all good lessons. They're toughening me up. That I can see. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny because you go through these things and they are so freaking painful. So freaking painful that it's almost, there aren't words really that can describe the depths. But on the other hand, the lessons and the things that I'm overcoming on this journey, like I don't have any ownership over anybody else. Neither do I want ownership over somebody. And also seeing my self-worth. Like, I want somebody who wants to be with me because of who I am, because I'm unique, because they just want to be with me, regardless of how many other people are around. I mean, something that is a bond like that. And so I'm not holding anybody. I'm doing what's right, as far as I can see. And I'm overcoming my weaknesses as fast as I can. Okay, I'm going to stop this. I'm on my way home. I just stopped at the supermarket and got a couple things. I feel there's so many things I feel. I feel like I need to just like go and lick my wounds. And I say to myself, it's all silly. It's all silly because nothing's changed. Nothing has changed. All of the options that are open now were always open. There was nothing ever in between. You know, it's just, I think it's me letting go. That this is what it looks like acceptance. And it's this deep, all the way inside. I still have that, like, chasing energy that I can feel it coming up, and then it just kind of dissipates, like, with ease, like, there's nothing to hold on to. And I don't want to be holding on to anything. So it's like a surrender. When I am able to connect back to, you know, when I am in myself and I am vibing out my pure energy, whatever is truly in my same vibration will find its way to me. It can't be different. So what's meant to be is meant to be. And my job is to find myself and my purest energy and my purest vibration that is me, and just be a pure that. And then whatever is mine will magnetize to me. Whatever is mine. Nothing's mine. All that really is mine is this experience. And it's not even mine. Okay, I'm just going to be decided to go to that water hole here next to the house. I just want to show you where I'm driving because it's just so pretty. See, I go down into this little valley down here, and then off over there in between the pass. It's just so pretty. I always think that in the camera it doesn't show every time I come here, there's these two running birds on the road. I want to show you. See up there on the dirt road? There, one flew off there. They flew off. But every time, they must live right here because every time there's the two, right when I get to this part, there's the two running birds. And also when I leave, there's the two running birds. It's funny. And so another thing I wanted to add on this twin flame journey, the ASCO thingy majig bob. There's another running bird. It's off running by itself. Isn't that symbolic? So I'm thinking on this twin flame thingy-majig that the further it progresses, it's like the connection grows stronger. It's like there's like a merging or something. But at the same time, there's a want to run. It gets so intense that it's like you're afraid to contact, or almost like afraid of the connection, or afraid of getting, I think it may be afraid of getting reaction, or getting you're afraid of those mirrors, or the lessons that you have to go through. So I asked for lessons. I got freaking lessons. Overcoming jealousies, any kind of jealousies. There's no place. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and I've known this for probably my whole life. I've known this, but it's still something that you have to overcome in order to come to a place of full enlightenment and full of light, because that is not light. If I am purifying myself, I need to watch my words, especially about myself, and start bringing up my emotion to my highest vibration. And then I will magnetize my highest vibration